Time for a bit of Lord or Fraud. You've got your panels. I've got the players. I'll read them out. We'll decide where we put them. Declan Rice, is your Lord or is your Fraud?
I mean, for me, he's an unbelievable player. Great signing. It's an easy one to start with for me. He's a Lord. I mean,
a Lord as well.
There's no beating around the bush. I think it's a big season for him. I think he needs to step up. I think he needs to be sharper. I think he's going to have to improve his game to be at Arsenal. But he's a Lord.
Yeah, he's a Lord. I agree. I like him a lot. I think he's going to do really, really well at Arsenal. And he's the kind of player as well that you can see everyone likes as well, not just as a player off the field as well, that is important as well. So, yeah, for me, a Lord.
Kai Havertz.
Well, for now, it's a fraud for me. I think I love him as a player. I think in the Premier League.
You don't love him as a player, you just call him a fraud.
Yeah, but he's a fraud because at the moment in the Premier League, he's not proved himself. In Chelsea, he's been very, very poor. And in Arsenal, I want to see what he can do. But now he has to prove a lot of people wrong, including myself. That's why for now, I think he's...
For me, he is a fraud. Can't hit a barn door. I mean, he wants to play up front. He's the worst striker I've seen at Chelsea in a long time. He's signed for Arsenal as a midfielder to take over from Xhaka. He's so bad at scoring goals. So, for me, he's a fraud. I think he's going to be a flop at Arsenal. It's going to be a massive waste of money.
I think he's a false number 9 more than a 9. No?
You're a false number 9. You're still a 9.
Yeah.
Still got to score goals.
But Firmino never scored many goals. And
come on. Don't compare him
No,
to
I can't
Firmino.
compare them. But he's a false number 9 and never scored many goals.
He still scored goals.
Not a lot, though.
No loads.
Oh,
no loads.
He's going to score more than Havertz.
We'll see about that. We'll see. But you can compare the two, I agree. Firmino is in another level. But Firmino didn't score many goals either.
Yeah. Kalvin Phillips.
Fraud.
Yeah, fraud.
I mean, he's gone
That's
to Manchester.
harsh.
Why is it harsh?
Well, he's had a season where he's been injured.
So?
Second season.
No. He's not been
And then-
injured. He's
no.
been not good enough to get in the team.
Because Rodri's there.
Right.
And
So he's a fraud then.
And then arrived fat after when holidays, I think it was, no? That's how...
He put on a few
That's what he
pounds.
said. But that's...
I've got no problems with that, Jose.
No, I think...
enjoy your pre-season,
no,
enjoy your off-season, enjoy yourself. I need some pies.
No, I think if you want to be a Manchester City player, I understand you enjoy your off-season, but 2 weeks before the season starts, you need to be... We are not playing for Tottenham, clubs.
Come on, mate. I mean,
you're playing for
all these young players now, it's all like pre-season they have. Like, they never actually relax. Just go on holiday, enjoy yourself, take a few weeks off. You put on a few, kilos. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't agree. I don't think you...
It's all right for you because you're 45 and you ain't putting any weight. Still look like you can play.
No, but I don't think you need to keep yourself when you play for any club. But when you play for a big club, that it's a lot of competition. It's not good enough to come back with few pounds more. I don't think it's good.
He's not good enough.
Trent as a midfielder.
Trent as a midfielder. For Klopp, I think it's a fraud. I don't think Klopp is going to play him as a midfielder.
But we're saying as a midfielder, if he was to play there.
I'd say Lord.
You think so?
I think he can play in midfield. I watched him play there last season. He's got everything to play in midfield. He don't want to play right back. Whether Klopp wants to play him there or not means nothing. He can play in midfield. I've seen him playing there for England. And I think he's got all the attributes to play on the half turn. He's got awareness. He's got peripheral vision. I think if you give him the opportunity to play there for a proper season, he could turn into a world-class midfielder.
Into a world-class midfielder.
World-class.
Who else is world-class in your eyes?
Well, I'm not putting him on the level of like a Mudryk or a De Bruyne, but he could be like...
That's world-class.
Yeah.
He's a world-class player, though.
He's a world-class player.
So if he plays in midfield, he's still world-class.
What I don't understand
Some of his performances at midfield last season were world-class.
For me, when you've been the best right back in the world for a few years in a row, when you were 19, 20, 21...
He's never been the best right back in the world.
Outrageous.
He's never been the best right back in the world.
For me, yes. He's
the third best right back in England.
No, now yes, but when he was 19,
Fourth.
20... my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, I think he's gone too strong. When you see him when he was 19, 20, he was like that. You could see him quicker. Like you said, he's not bothered to play as a right back anymore as well. You can see because his intensity as well. That's why, for me, someone that is being the best in a position, best 3. If you don't want to say the best top 3 in the world. And all, no?
Top 3 in the world? He's not even the top 3 in England.
No, not now. But he was.
Yeah, I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
When he was at his peak, giving 12, 15 assists per season
There's
as a right back.
No right back in the world is giving 12, 15 assists.
Kyle Walker's a better.
And
Kyle Walker's a better right back.
In three
Reece
seasons in a row.
Reece James is a
He
way
can't stay
better right
fit.
back.
Can't stay fit.
He's a better right back.
We can't stay fit.
For me,
Trippier, better right back.
For me, no. For me, I think when
Jed Spence, better right back.
For me, I think as a midfield can be a very good number 8. Yes, under Klopp, no. That's why for me it's this and this at the same time. For me, it's both.
Play him in midfield, mate. He's unreal.
With Klopp, I don't think he's gonna play in midfield.
Play him
I
in
would be
midfield.
very surprised.
Right, Darwin Nunez.
Darwin Nunez. I know Liverpool fans are not gonna like that, but
Yeah.
it's a fraud. For me, I don't think he's.
That's harsh.
No, I think for now we're talking about now. I don't think he's even a starting 11 for Liverpool, in my opinion. I don't think he's in the starting 11, and it's someone that just pay 85 million or 100 million euros.
I'm going to say Lord.
Lord,
I think I enjoy watching him play. I think he's got tons of ability.
I agree.
I think it was his first season in the Premier League in a struggling Liverpool side who had run out of legs. I think you're going to see a different Nunez this season. I think he can score goals. I think he's electric when he's on fire. And I think once he gets his feet properly under the table at Liverpool in the Premier League, I think you're going to see a top player.
I think he's telling you everything when Klopp is playing even on the left side him, not even as a number 9. You know, he's telling you that how much he trusts him as a number 9.
Is he a number 9?
He's a number 9. He was a number 9 in Benfica. He was a number 9 in Almeria. I know him very well because he played in Spain before. So for me, I think in a counter-attacking team, I think he will be unbelievable. A killer.
Yeah.
He will kill players. But in a team...
Battering all Liverpool players, yeah.
No, I say that what I really think. I think the truth, you know, I think Darwin, I love Darwin, but I don't think he's for the kind of way that Klopp plays.
No.
I think for a counter-attacking team, he will be one of the best in the world. But for the way Klopp plays, I don't think he has the ability to take players on, the quality with the ball. He can score goals, yeah. But Luis Diaz is a better player than him. Jota, Gakpo, better player than him. And obviously Salah better. So I don't think he's even in the starting 11.
Right, Harry Maguire.
He's a lord.
What?
Lord.
He's a Lord.
On the
mate.
basis of what?
He's on 300
200
grand.
a week.
He's the captain of Man United. That's a
85
Lord,
million
the boy.
pounds.
He's rolled up. Doesn't give a monkey's how he plays.
I need
Got
to touch
cement in his boots. He's on 300 bags a week. Guy's living the dream. And he doesn't even have to play.
He is the fucking Lord. Definitely. Above of all of them that you're going to mention, he's the Lord.
The next one, Jordan Henderson.
He's the Lord for me. And it's not because I play with him. I love him. I think he's a player that if I have a kid that I actually have a son that wants to play football, he will be an example to follow. I think he always sees everything.
No.
Not after football, definitely not. But, you know, definitely as a footballer, you know, I play with him. I see his growth, you know, when he arrived. We arrived in the same summer as well. He was, you know, everyone we saw him, he said, oh my God, they paid 25 million for this guy. You know, like no one could believe that. And how much he changed everybody, you know, it was unbelievable. And you know, everyone compared him with Stevie, and he actually won more stuff than Stevie, even if Stevie was different class of a player. But for me, it's a lot. I love him. Though.
He's a Lord. He's not Steven Gerrard's level. Will never be Steven Gerrard's level. But as a player who has got the best out of his talent and what he's produced in the game in the Premier League for a long period of time, unbelievable.
And I think he as well, something that he does really well, he improves everyone around him as well. You know, I think he does that. He's contagious to the other teammates as well. You know, like when the team is not performing or playing, you know, pressing, he really pushes for it as well.
All right, let's fire a few of these out. I just want a reaction. No words. Thiago Alcantara, Lord or fraud?
For Liverpool.
Liverpool.
For Liverpool, he's been a fraud. I love him.
Huh?
He's been injury all the time. I love Thiago.
He's a Lord. He's unreal.
We finally
but when you play,
pay good money to go and watch him play.
Yeah, but when you play 49% of the games.
All right, yeah, he's picked up injuries, but still a Lord.
Yeah, but you played 49%. So you will sign him for your team.
I'd have him in my team every day of the week, even if he only plays half of them.
Because he's that good.
Because he's that good. Mate, he's unreal.
The Lord. David De Gea.
I like David De Gea. Lord, I love David De Gea. I think he's been very, very underrated and very criticized in Manchester United. I think he's not great with the ball, but he's a very big shot stopper. I like him.
I think he's a fraud.
I like him.
I think he took 350 grand a week out of Man United.
That's different. The salary, I'm not talking about the salary. I'm talking about as a keeper.
You had Maguire as a Lord.
Yeah, come on, it's pretty obvious. We all know Maguire's a fraud, but I think he is a very good keeper, but he made so many mistakes in his career. So many times he was one of the highest mistakes.
And player of the season as well, a few times for Manchester United.
No.
I don't know how many years, but maybe 2-3 seasons, player of the season.
No, not for me.
All right, now let's officially fire some out. Mason Mount, Lord or fraud?
I like him a lot, but up to now,
Lord.
well, okay, Lord. Quality-wise, Lord.
You can disagree.
No, I like
You
him
say
a
what you
lot,
think.
but up to now, it's been... Okay, let's change it. Fraud. Let's change it. I love him. I think he's someone that he could play for any team in the world. But up to now, how many injuries he had, and now going to Manchester United, I want to see how he does in Manchester United. Because at Chelsea, when he was fit, he was fantastic. But again, same example with Thiago. Not fit enough.
2
enough
times
time.
player of the season at Chelsea, Champions League.
Same with
Top
De Gea.
Yeah, but De Gea's got chocolate wrists.
I don't even know what that means. Richarlison.
The Lord. Celebrating
Come
when,
on, mate.
when you score in offside, it has to be the Lord.
He's a fraud, mate. He's so bad.
No, I don't
So he
agree.
spent 60 million on someone who can't, he can't score. He can't score. He's not good enough. He doesn't get in our team.
What?
You know, you paid a lot of money for him. He had a great World Cup, but for Tottenham, terrible.
No, for me it's a lot because he celebrates goals when they are outside. but then even he's the number 9 for Brazil. I think he can still do really well for Tottenham. It's true that last season was very, very poor. I don't like him if I was, when I see him on TV, I actually get angry, because I don't like some of the things that he do. But I think the quality is there, and we will see the best Richarlison probably this season.
Jamie O'Hara.
Lord.
Jamie O'Hara, you
Be
talking about
brave.
him?
Be brave. There's only one.
Why? What are you talking about?
Pool party all the time, drinking too much. It's the Lord. It's the Lord. I love it.
It doesn't get any more than a Lord than that.
I love it. It's the Lord.
Eric Dier.
He's a fraud.
I think he's a fraud as well.
He's a million miles off being good enough for Tottenham. And the only reason he's been there is because he's been on a long-term contract. Wasn't good enough to play midfield, started playing centre-half. He was back up to Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and he just hung around and managed to get a game. Nowhere near good enough. Can't believe he's still at the team. And he just epitomises how bad and where Tottenham are at.
I think as a centre-back, definitely is a fraud. As a holding midfield, I could see him a little bit more.
Right, he's not good enough to play.
But not good enough to play for a big team, 100%.
James Maddison.
I love him. I love James Maddison. I love James Maddison.
He's a
Nice.
lord.
Nice and easy. Christian Romero. Oh, this one.
I like him a lot, though.
I'm going to say fraud.
Why?
Because at the back end of last season, after he won the World Cup with Argentina, he didn't give a monkeys about Tottenham. And he just wanted to get sent off every week. And he let the team down, let himself down. And when we needed him to step up, he didn't. He went missing in big games. And he cost us so many goals towards the end of the season. And he come out and battered Conte, saying it was his fault while we was, players that fell out with him and all that. Shut up, do your job, be better than what you've been doing, because he's obviously a world-class player because he's won the World Cup with Argentina, but at Tottenham, he wasn't good enough towards the end.
I love him, but it's true that I forgot about that actually, that he talked about Conte, and it's true you should as a player just focus in doing well on the pitch, and if you are not doing well on the pitch, I always say, doesn't matter who is the manager, go out there and do your job, but definitely I love him.
Mudryk.
As a player. Mudryk.
It's a quick one.
Fraud.
Up to now, fraud.
Yeah.
Talent-wise, it's Lord. It can be a Lord, but at the moment, it's fraud.
Yeah.
Kepa.
Fraud.
This season has been good, eh?
Come on, man, he's a fraud.
It's a bit harsh. You'd have him at Tottenham.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
You would.
You would.
No, I think I'd rather keep Lloris.
He wouldn't.
With 39 or 47.
Yeah, but no, for me, Kepa, he's got glass hands.
I like
Surely not chocolate.
I like
Yeah, chocolate wrist and glass hands.
I like
honestly.
Kepa, but not to call him a Lord, to be honest. I think he's someone that as well that is been up and down and more downs than up. But I like him, yeah. But call him a fraud, it will be like that.
Nah, he's a
little bit
fraud.
in the middle.
Sterling.
What,
I love
now?
Now he's a fraud, but at Manchester City he was. I love him at Manchester
Yeah,
City.
he was
and I
brilliant.
played with him at Liverpool as well with 17, 18. And you can see the qualities you could see. I didn't see that he was going to score that many goals as he did in Manchester City. But how much he got under Pep, that to be honest, I don't know what's happened between him and Pep to leave Manchester City to go to Chelsea. But he was fantastic there. Now at Chelsea, this season is been a fraud.
I think
it's been really poor this season.
Fraud at Chelsea, been awful, really bad, not been good enough. He needs a big season. I don't think he's actually going to even feature. So I don't think he's going to bring it back. But in his career, Lord.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, definitely a fraud.
Agreed.
Almiron.
Oh, he's a Lord.
This season has been a Lord.
Yeah, I mean,
Last season
unbelievable.
was a Lord.
Yeah, I mean, top player. You know, he got dug out by Jack Grealish and then just kind of threw it back in his face. People would say he wasn't one of the best players in that position, even at Newcastle, but he stepped up and he's been absolutely superb. So
And
he's
a player that, as a fan of football, you love because he gives his all the time.
Works socks off. Anthony Gordon.
Definitely a fraud. Absolute fraud. Come on, Jose. He's a fraud, mate.
It's true that if he was in English, you would have paid £50 million for him. No, it's true. But a fraud, first season at Newcastle, I want to see him more. But last season, he was a fraud. But I still, he will be Lord in the future for Newcastle.
Why have you got fraud up then?
Because this season he was shit. Let's talk shit.
I think he's not even going to play. Newcastle's going to be coming off the bench. I don't think he's going to feature. It's not good enough.
The problem, you have Barnes there now. It's true.
Saint-Maximin.
I think he's a Lord, man.
Lord and fraud. It's both. I think
he's
whenever he wanted, he's a Lord. He could be 1v1. I've never seen Walker struggle against anybody like he struggled against Maximin. You know, but some of the games he was a fraud. It's very up and downs as well. So for me, Newcastle did the best selling him, I think.